Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we've got some very important Kingdom Hearts news that just dropped yesterday in Japan during a live stream that unfortunately was not streamed outside of Japan as far as I know, so really we had to wait till the stuff came on the official pages. But we've got some exciting new trailers, we've got some exciting new merch dropping, and I have an exciting announcement for the channel itself. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this trailer that I have been ignoring all day long. I've been seeing posts, I've been seeing pictures, trying to blind myself to make sure I don't know what's going on. This is my first actual time watching this trailer, so what you see right now is a very live, very instantaneous reaction to everything that is about to drop. I know a few things, I just couldn't get around it, it's impossible with all the stuff that I follow, but you are going to see my live reaction to the actual trailer itself. So let's go ahead, let's watch this video together. Also, happy 20th anniversary as of March 28th. Alright, looks like we're starting off with some Dark Road stuff that has been in the works since June of last year. I wonder if this is going to be playable, or if it's just cutscenes, because there's a lot of just cutscenes, but you don't know if you're going to actually be playing it. Who was that? This is so weird because it seems like incredibly longer than what we were expecting when Union Cross and Dark Road actually shut down back in June of last year. Like, there's like the Aladdin world, there's a lot going on. Okay. So nothing too crazy. We've been expecting this for like 900 years. This is just new footage that they're giving us. August 2022. All right. So we've got 4 more months when we were expecting it last winter. But no worries. No worries. Hopefully it's good.
光と闇から生まれた始まりは心によって育まれた。命は脈々と受け継がれ時が流れ、やがて世界となった大地は人々の暮らしを作り上げた。
Who is this guy?
ここは光と闇。
Naturally, where we left off in Union Cross.
夢と歪みを持った多層都市スカラアド・カエルム。
So it looks like we're gonna get more context to... Ooh, wait a minute.
結社を組織した。継ぐ者の結社、継がざる者の結社。いくつもの州は都市を巡る血脈のようにこの世界に張り巡らされていた。
Okay, all right. Alright, I can dig this. If I had to guess, this looks like the new mobile game. Yo, character customization! We're here for it. We loved it the first time and we'll love it again. Because, like, it's like the medal system, right? Except it looks more like Super Smash Bros. Trophies. Is this multiplayer? Yo, this is exactly what I was talking about.
漆黒の空に美しく歪んだ星の降る夜だった。
Wait, okay, we're going to take a quick 10-second break here because this is very important because this, so for those of you who have been following me for a long time, it looks like, and I'm not going to say this is like a totally me thing, but this was a bunch of the stuff that I talked about that was wrong with Union Cross. So we had that player satisfaction survey that I think came out like early 2021, or maybe it was 2020. Honestly, the past few years kind of zoomed right by me, but we had that player satisfaction survey where they're like, what would make this game better? And the things I put in there was, number one, make multiplayer better, right? Because they had Union Cross as a multiplayer, but really it was just like a big hit the auto button, you're super strong, and then, you know, you'll take care of everything, right? So it looks like they brought back multiplayer where you're working together, which is a good thing. It looks more like a dungeon crawling aspect, which we mentioned in our player satisfaction survey. The whole trophies as a tax thing is still kind of iffy to me, but it looks like they added normal attacks, which were common in the game, so you don't need the trophies to attack, but they will cast your magic and things like that. So a little bit more of a revamped system where you're still able to fight. You're not like useless without your medals, which was very important because in Union Cross the medal system kind of screwed up the game, where it's like if you had broken medals you were good forever, right? Like if you had the newest Kairi, you were done. But in this game it looks more like you're running around and hitting things with your regular attacks, and then you get these trophies for actual attacks. So if I had to guess, you have to gacha into the trophies, which is another topic that we have to talk about some other day. So it looks more like the dungeon crawling, which is good. Big fan. Looks like the trophies are more accessory rather than necessary, which is, again, good. Big fan. So it looks like they touched upon a lot of the stuff that I had personal problems with Union Cross. So really looking forward to seeing what Missing Link adds. They had the character customization, and everybody loved that in Union Cross, where you could make yourself a big giant stuffed bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved the costumes in Union Cross, and I am 99% sure I'm gonna love it in Missing Link. Do they have a date? Closed beta test in 2022, meaning that we are going to have to sell our kidneys, maybe get rid of some extra stuff to find the money to pay whoever we need to pay to be in part of this beta test. Like, if I could be part of this beta test, oh, that would be a dream come true. Oh my gosh. Whew, I'm like sweating over here. Super excited to see this this new mobile game coming out. And you all know me. This was kind of, so we're going to delve into like what I want to talk about a little at the end there, where with the announcement of a new mobile game, you can highly expect a return from me, because I loved Union Cross, how it updated all the time. It gave us something to talk about, gave us some reasons to hang out. This is another reason, and you will be hearing more from me in the future. So that's one of the channel announcements I wanted to make. As this game comes out, we're going to do our best to keep up to date, try and figure out things. Hopefully we're going to be one-to-one with JP so that there isn't like a, we can see it coming a million miles away going on. But very, very excited for Missing Link. Can't wait to test it or play it. If I get chosen to be testers, y'all will be there. Unless they make me sign a non-disclosure agreement, I will hopefully be able to live stream some of it for y'all. Really looking forward to it though. Y'all know me, loved Union Cross, played it all the way to the end. We had a 13-hour live stream when the game closed down. It was a very, very meaningful game for me, and it was the start of this channel. So hopefully we can be part of this beta test, and hopefully I will see you all in the content updates that I'll be making for Missing Link, because y'all know this is a topic very near and dear to my heart. I'm wearing a Kingdom Hearts shirt right now. Boom, let's go, from the First World Tour for the orchestra. So very, very excited for Missing Link. Hopefully y'all are too, and we will be talking about it in my Discord. If you want to join, it's in that yellow box right there. Type that into your URL, you should be good to go. But there is an announcement that we haven't gotten to yet that I am hopefully not going to scream this microphone to pieces in.
自分が望む結末ではなかったと絶望するのなら、他の世界に退場すればいい。選択肢は無限にあるはずだ。
The leaves, though, the leaves. I'm so close to buying this $700 non-playable chess set.
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間ずっと眠っていたの。ここはクワットラトゥム、聖者の世界ではあるけれど、私たちにとっては死の世界ってことになるみたい。
一度退場すれば元の世界に戻れると思うな。
手がかり見つかるといいね。
おい、どこへ行くんだよ。
Holy smokes! Our boy Sora has grown up. Woo, wow. Okay, all right. Now that you've gotten my physical reaction, let's talk. Let's go through this video. Wow. Okay. All right. We'll skip the leaves in the forest. This is a flex, like, right? These are like flex. These are flex scenes where they're just like, look at how we are bringing the detail of Final Fantasy to Kingdom Hearts. Like, the plants all have texture now. Like, there's so many things that are now very, very detailed as opposed to cartoony in the previous Kingdom Hearts games. All right, right here, lost my mind. We bring Sora back to the forefront. Whew, I saw this image online and I was like, this is my first time seeing it in the video, but I saw this image online. We know it's our boy. He's got the necklace, his signature crown necklace. He's got the red, very iconic for Sora. Now, first things first, looking at his hairstyle, which is throwing a lot of people off. So, if you remember back from an interview with Nomura way back in like 2018 when they released Sora's Kingdom Hearts 3 design, they got rid of kind of the spikier hair design because they thought it was more sporty to have him have kind of like a flatter hairstyle. And then we see this again in this video where Sora's got his iconic bangs, he's got his iconic sideburns, but the top of his head is very, very flat. So this kind of goes back to this idea of making kind of the sportier look for Sora where, you know, he's running around, he's got a lot of flow motion going on as we saw later in the trailer. So this goes back to the whole sportier look, making it sort of actually easier if you want to cosplay as Sora. Very cool. Love the button design. We still got the buttons, we still got the zippers, very iconic of Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. You can also kind of tell, right? Sora kind of seems like he's early like early 20s, late teens, because he looks a lot more grown up. You know what I mean? Like when we think about like other characters with this type of design, like Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, they're a little bit older, they're a little bit more mature. So hopefully Sora kind of did some growing up in comparison to his Kingdom Hearts 1 debut when he was like 13, 14. So moving along, I think he might have been 12 in Kingdom Hearts 1. I forgot his actual age, but he looks a lot more grown up, and you could tell based on like the slimming of his face, they made him a lot more tall, or a lot taller. And then this scene right here, we see Strelitzia make her way back into the game after literally just disappearing, right? We can't even confirm that she was like the White Reaper that we saw in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross at the end, but we do know that her existence is now in Quadratum. So very, very cool stuff to see Strelitzia come back, because a lot of people miss Strelitzia. Even though we didn't really know much about her, a lot of people missed her, but it is very cool to see her come back. So it seems like Strelitzia is going to kind of be Sora's like guide to like this new world, right? Like she's been here for a while. She's been here since the end of the events in Union Cross, which happened canonically maybe like hundreds of years ago, right? Like hundreds of thousands of years ago. So this is very important because she's been here for a while. Weird shout out. I kind of saw the Kotaku article about it. It popped up. I haven't read it. Goodbye to Sora's clown shoes. As we can see, he's got regular sized people feet at this point. He doesn't have his big shiny yellow shoes, which unfortunately we will all miss because it was very iconic. If you were a Kingdom Hearts 1 fan way back in the day, it was always jokes about Sora's shoes and what he was keeping in there. But it looks like, again, we're going for a sportier, sleeker look for our dude. Really, the only red he's got on him at this point is a vest with a hoodie. Everything else is some sort of mix of black and gray, which kind of fits with the whole Quadratum thing they got going on. In this scene, you can also kind of see how flat his hair got. Again, going back to that interview where they talked about a more sporty look for Sora. So this also kind of makes you think that Quadratum is really our world, right? Because this looks like modern day, like, Japan, right? We got like solar panels, there's cars, there's highways, there's big tall buildings, skyscrapers. So it seems very iconic of the idea that maybe this world that we live in as players could be the Quadratum that they're sort of referencing. Kind of a long shot, but it does seem kind of funny that that's how they played it off from the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3. So is this like a real street, right? Like, I'm sure like 90% of the people have looked this up. Is this a real street? This looks like Shinjuku. Not Shinjuku. What am I thinking of? It looks like a town in Japan. I just can't wrap my finger on it. But this intersection looks very, very... Can't think of the word. Like, I remember this, because I've been to Japan before, and this seems very, very familiar. Home Dog has a cell phone, right? There's stoplights, right? Big giant billboards. And then we get this introduction of something that looks like what'll be the new dark side, right? Because every game has some version of a dark side, and this looks like the one for this game. And it brings kind of like this Final Fantasy element now, where it's kind of like a modern day society, but they are actively affected by these creatures. Cars, right? Shout out to the person who's gonna steal the license plate of this thing. This dude with the phone, you know, he's trying to post it on Instagram. Then we got our hero Sora coming in. Of course, the awesome Keyblade summoning. And then, alright, so this is where it gets interesting, right? Because this is where we start going into gameplay, meaning that they have thought about this. This is somewhat in some level of testing right now, right? Alright, so here we go. Naturally, Sora has all the skills he's learned with, like, flow motion. Wait, let's rewind to that Spider-Man scene right there, right? What in the Spider-Man? It's like they couldn't actually have Marvel in the game, so they made Sora have, like, a Spider-Man whip. Right? Because it's like a thing that wraps around his arm. Because it's no longer his Keyblade, right? It's a Keyblade transformation. And then he whips over there. Oh, wait, no, there it is. No, we see the Keyblade again. But he whips over there in the most Spider-Man-like fashion. In this very actual scene, it looks like Sora's left arm is, like, detached from his body. Like, he broke it while, like, moving midair. Like, I have no idea how this hand bends like this, but he made it work somehow. Also, again, shoes, very not big anymore, but I guess they wanted to move away from that idea. All right. So he keeps a lot of the skills that he inherited, right? Like running up walls. And then we have the scene from Spider-Man where, you know, there's glass everywhere and it's breaking and he's like weaving through this breaking glass building. It looks like this is going to be one of those things where, like, you have, like, reaction time matters. And then he summons the drill that pierces the heaven right here, right? For all my Gurren Lagann fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like... Wait for it. Okay, if this is not a Gurren Lagann reference, I have been lied to. Right? The shape, everything about this... Look, wait. Right here. Boom, right there. Core drill. This is the drill that pierces the heavens. Giga drill break. Like, that was it. That was the whole thing. Alright, so now we got what looks like the Master of Masters and Lushu back on the rooftop, watching over our dude. And then that's where it ends. I thought about this very still earlier, where they could make the 4, they could make the 5, but once they get to 7, I have no idea what they're gonna do, right? Because the V, you could just make it a V, it looks like a 2, but then you just attach the bottom. The 6, it's the same thing but flipped. Once you get to 7, there's 4 lines, so I have no idea how they're gonna pull it off. Maybe it'll look like... I don't know, you've lost me. I have no idea how they're going to keep going with this design, but I like it. It's very sharp. It's like the previous ones look kind of cartoony comparatively, so this one looks very, very fresh, very, very steel, solid, kind of going with the whole Quadratum look that they're going for in Kingdom Hearts 4. And then we have this scene, which is, I guess, supposed to be our cliffhanger, where Donald and Goofy are, like, searching for our dude in some sort of barren wasteland where there's absolutely no light. And if I had to guess, this is Merlin? Right? Because it looks like a familiar face, and they're in trouble. And the only way to confirm that is figure out who the voice actor is for Merlin in Japan and then check it alongside this one. And then this is just their announcement because they played this last night, not as a live stream, but wanted everyone to be able to see. So yeah, this is that same announcement from last night. So very, very exciting stuff. Kingdom Hearts 4, not on the horizon. I'm willing to bet we're still at least 2 years out from it. But it looks like we are getting the Dark Road announcement later this year in about 4 months. We're getting Missing Link, if I had to guess, come out around October, maybe December. And then just more things about Kingdom Hearts 4 up until 2024, where I expect it to launch on the PS5 sometime in January. Maybe in March. I have no idea. But yeah, there's a lot of projects on Square Enix's plate right now, so I don't really expect this until about late 2023, early 2024, because there's a lot of things they got to consider. This is the start of a new saga, so if we go all the way back, right, they announced the saga. Right? So the last time it was the Xehanort saga, or the Xehanort arc, whatever they want to call it. This is the Lost Master arc, meaning it's a whole new set of games, sort of somewhat separate from the previous ones. So lots of new information here, lots of things to take in. And that means there's a lot of stuff they have to consider when they come back, right? Like, it's got to answer a lot of questions that were left off from the previous one. Like, what is Strelitzia doing in Quadratum? What is Quadratum? Where is Sora? Like, questions that Kingdom Hearts left that weren't answered. So that's where we're at right now. Hopefully the Lost Master arc doesn't span 8 different games. That takes another 13 years, because I feel like at this rate, if they keep making arcs, I am going to be an 85-year-old man on a bed in a nursing home. Like, my fingers filled with arthritis cannot play the PlayStation 18 anymore. So hopefully we wrapped this story up a little bit sooner than later, but very, very excited nonetheless. Hopefully they've taken some feedback from the first arc, trying to apply it to this new arc, and hopefully things will be a lot better for everyone. So that is it for my reaction, kind of my analysis. Hopefully y'all got some insight from it. Before we wrap up this video, a few things I did want to go over. So Square Enix store with Kingdom Hearts' 20th anniversary, they have a new logo up in the front, but they also have a ton of new merchandise. These are just the Bring Arts figures that everyone has seen a million times before. They're up for pre-order again or add to cart, which is very interesting because they were out of stock for a very, very long time. So if you want your Play Arts figures, definitely hop on them now, because once they go out of stock, we don't know when they'll come back in stock, especially as we get closer to Kingdom Hearts 4. They're going to be releasing new Play Arts models, and they won't have these Kingdom Hearts 3 models anymore. All right, moving on to the plushes. Some new additions here are going to be this Roxas and this Naminé. And the rest of them, again, are just like reprints that they've had before. So if you're the kind of person that collects these plushies, have at it. You know, there's a few new ones for you to add. They added some jewelry, which I haven't seen before. I'm personally not a big fan of like wearing rings and accessories, but if that's your thing, definitely hop on it. Some of this stuff looks really cool, like this 2-colored wallet and stuff like that. Home goods. I don't know why, but as of last year, they decided to make a bunch of new home goods for Kingdom Hearts, right? I have no idea why, but if you want to order some plates, you know, this could be the fine china that you talk about when you invite guests over to your house, right? Because it has 20th anniversary on there. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking about it. I don't need plates, though. And even if I bought these plates, I wouldn't want anyone to eat on them, right? I would just be like, don't touch these plates. We better be dying. I better be missing an organ before we start eating on these plates. And then the ice tray, super cool stuff. If you're the kind of person that likes crafted ice, I'm gonna buy this. Actually, I actually thought this is really cool. What says I am an adult than having ice in your drink with the shape of a keyblade, right? That seems like adulting to me. There's a mouse pad, again, some diningware, things like that. A face pillow for a shadow, and then this is all old news, right? These are all old news. All right, and then there's some new stuff at the bottom here. We've got the 20th anniversary keychain. I'm going to be hopping on that. The medal, going to be hopping on that. Anniversary pin, probably set. It's a set. I didn't see that it was a set. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, very cool stuff. 18 bucks, you get 2 pins. And then a bag. Very cool. And the rest of this stuff is just old news, as far as I can recall. I think this stuff here is new. I don't know what this logo is. What is this logo? Oh, it's just the Kingdom Hearts logo. It's not a 20th anniversary logo. Okay, very cool. But yeah, that is the stuff from the Square Enix store. I still have my eyes on this. 700 bucks. I don't know. It's still kind of tight, especially since you can't play it. This is literally like a centerpiece for a table. As you can see, they put on a treasure chest. But really, in terms of practicality, nobody's eating on this treasure chest ever again unless they put this set away, right? So very impractical, but very, very cool. And then lastly, kind of a weird shout out, but I have been seeing ads for this everywhere. And I also bought my own. But they have the limited edition 20th anniversary Kingdom Hearts Tamagotchis. I bought one dark, one light version. And I'm looking forward to them coming in. I don't believe they don't come in until like October, November. It should say here. Yeah, planned shipment window of October. So I'm really not going to be getting it until probably November, but pre-orders are from March 28th to May 5th. So hopefully, if this is your thing, if you love Tamagotchis, or if you just want to have one on your bag and show everyone the flex, by all means, feel free to pick it up. I think it's very cool. I ordered one of each because I didn't want to miss out. All right, y'all. And then finally, I think this brings us to the end of this video, where I did want to talk about the channel a little bit. So in terms of direction, right, we are going to be hopping on this 100%, 1000%. I can't wait to recustomize my character. Like, I like this whole combination fighting, right? Because it's like you could actually fight with your guild members and it'll actually be cool. Like, it's not just you floundering around these really difficult missions. Like, maybe you could team up and take them out. I like the addition of hats. I don't know why, but they make these hats look like such a big deal. But yeah, looking forward to this. Definitely expect more of this coming from me in the upcoming days, months, potentially year. And then once this game launches, we will try our best to keep up with the content and make sure we're doing the events, keeping up with the banners, because there's no doubt in my mind that these trophy things that they show us, these are all banners. These are all banners for stuff, because we saw an Aqua one that unleashed like Blizzaga earlier, right? And then we've got kind of like an Omni Slash thing going on with a Cloud Trophy there. So that's probably going to be the gacha. And yes, y'all know me, I am going to play into it. I'll probably be cutting down on other games here and there, but we will definitely be playing this. See, look, it's you and 2 other friends fighting this thing. I hope this is how events are run, because I think this is going to be very healthy for the game. So as this comes out, you will definitely be seeing more from me. In terms of what you'll see from me from now until then, we're going to try and wrap up Kingdom Hearts 2, maybe play a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 3. Schedule's kind of tight, so I don't know how much I'll be able to break ground on that. But as we get closer to Missing Link Kingdom Hearts 4, you will be hearing progressively more and more from me. So I haven't gone away. Just kind of put the brakes on a little bit, trying to figure out some things before actually getting back to the content creating life. But you can definitely expect more from me in the upcoming moments. So let's go ahead and, man, I want to watch this like 5 more times, but there's just stuff I got to do tonight. But like, wow, what an insane. This was like everything we needed it to be, right? Like, hey, here's what's on the horizon. We kept you in the dark for so long. So this is just the announcement I needed to respark, wanting to get back into like content creating, talking about Kingdom Hearts, things like that. So with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you want to hop in my Discord, it's currently talking a lot about this game, the announcements, things like that. Go ahead, that yellow box right there has the permanent link to my Discord. Just type that in. It'll allow you to invite and get into the server. So we will be talking about that maybe for the upcoming few days until, you know, it kind of patters down a bit and we're all less psyched out than we are today. But with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, until next time, take it easy.